Item here at QVC and with our foodies. Jenny Lee brings us this like old-fashioned way to make a fermented dough that then is baked in these old-fashioned styles, that's then just dipped in butter, covered in cinnamon sugar, and it is making my mouth water. Let me walk you through exactly what you have. You're gonna get 4 loaves of the cinnamon swirl bread, and you get to choose. Do you want, I'm gonna come forward so I can make sure I can read my label. You could do all cinnamon. You could do the cinnamon chocolate chip, the cinnamon apple, or the cinnamon raisin. Or do what I would do, get the combo. You will get 1 of each flavor. It is an incredible, delicious way to enjoy a treat dish. It's at $34.50, or I should say like a sweet treat. Scott Baker is joining us. Good
morning, Allie.
Scott, I know you hear this a lot, but you choose the right career with
right,
the last name Baker.
Baker by name, Baker by trade. It was a no-brainer.
So what inspired you? I know you had worked in a bakery, but what inspired you to make Jenny Lee, and in the way that it is kind of that old-fashioned style of bread?
Well, you know, I grew up in the business. I learned baking from my dad, who learned from his dad. I'm literally a 5th-generation baker in the business. And when I started Jenny Lee Swirl Breads, it's like I have to keep something unique, something old-fashioned, something that people think back to what they enjoyed in their grandma's kitchen on Sunday morning.
Well, the bread is so soft, but it all starts too using a fermented dough.
Right, yeah, I stick to the key traits of just honest baking. I start with a few simple ingredients. We mix them in the bowl. We let fermentation take hold. That's that yeast activity creating better flavors, acids, and alcohol, and then it imparts a better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And we swirl the cinnamon inside. The key to that is it's Crimp-style Vietnamese cinnamon. Really good blend. It's the best we can find. And then once it's baked in these old-fashioned style crimp pans, this is what gives us that unique shape. Put the dough on the inside, and then how cool is that?
And each loaf is great. It's right. It is such a good way to enjoy just delicious food. You get all 4 loaves. I'll dive into the flavors here in just a second. You have your classic cinnamon. Now fewer than 800. We also have the cinnamon chocolate chip. Oh me, oh my, 300 to go around.
That is so good as
cinnamon.
French toast.
Oh yeah, use it as French toast. Eat it alone, bake with it, 600 remaining. Cinnamon raisin, most popular. Okay, so let's go through it. I want to hear a little more from you about some of the flavors. Because you mentioned the cinnamon, let's see, we've got the apple right here. Is this the apple?
I think the apple is
right here. Okay.
Right, yep. So we use Washington State apples, the good stuff. Fuji apples, Granny Smith, Golden Delicious. And we also put applesauce in there, and that gives it a nice bright apple flavor.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, whichever flavor, the whole thing's been drenched in butter. It is decadent.
We have some factory footage that shows the process, and when it gets to the butter bath, that's the fun part of it.
Butter bath.
We bathe it in butter, toss it in cinnamon sugar, and then it's pre-sliced and bagged and shipped to you. They're going to come, like you mentioned, 4 in a box. They'll be ambient when they arrive. So you can put 1 on your bread counter or in the bread box, give 1 to your neighbor, and then stick 2 in the freezer. They'll freeze fantastic.
Yeah, freeze, but look at what we've done too, because first of all, thank you for pre-slicing them. They will disappear on the counter, at least at the Carr household with my 2 kids, especially with the chocolate chip. My kids would devour that. And the cinnamon sugar flavor. But, oh, see, there's the butter bath.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Drenched,
I'd like to start
drenched.
my day with a butter bath and then rolled in the cinnamon and sugar. But I mean, delicious right out of the bag. They're all pre-sliced, whether it's you toast it or eat it just right at room temperature. But look down here, we've got French toast.
Right. It's fabulous. The sugar coating on the outside, when it hits that pan, it caramelizes it. And that just takes that French toast to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Take advantage of auto delivery. I apologize for not mentioning this to you sooner. You get the choice to lock in on auto delivery. It'll ship out to you every 60 days. So it's nice to know if you love something, you always have it. Ships to you for free, $34.50, and you get the 4 loaves too. The classic cinnamon. Now, what flavor is right here?
So that is the classic cinnamon.
Classic cinnamon.
That's the original. That's the one that all the other flavors came from. Just that great base formula.
Yeah.
And good cinnamon.
This one though with the chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips, right. So we use the large 1,000-count chips. That way, so when you put it in that pan, that chocolate chip melts, and it's just like a pool of chocolate when you're biting into it. It's so good.
That looks amazing. Okay, and then right here.
That's the cinnamon apple with those Washington State apples. You know, that's my favorite. I was inspired to make that one a couple summers ago when we developed the apple cinnamon swirl.
Oh my goodness. See, I like the raisin.
Yeah.
But I would order the combo because my kids won't touch raisins with like a 10-foot pole.
And they probably love the chocolate chip.
Oh yeah.
And who gets the ends? Do they fight over the ends?
Oh, my kids call them the butts.
Gotcha.
Of the
Okay.
bread. I know, but that's why I was like the ends.
That's the best.
But yeah, because that one's covered
Right.
in the cinnamon sugar.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, these are so good. There truly is a difference when you do a fermented dough.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. You're letting yeast do its work. You know, yeast is a living organism and it's reproducing in that dough. That's what makes bread rise. But those acids and alcohol just imparts such a better flavor to the.
Do you see that coating? One of my favorite things, I love to drink espresso.
Okay.
So brew myself a little shot of espresso. Once I get the kids off to school, I sit down, maybe do my morning devotion, but I love a little something, just a little something sweet with it for breakfast.
Oh, that's
it's just
such
the
a
perfect
beautiful
combo.
Right, and such a calm time of day. You enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy something good to eat. And we didn't mention that our cinnamon raisin, we use California raisins, the best plump, juiciest raisins we can find.
Well, I thank you. I like the raisin choice. Okay, so here's the deal. You do have a combo where you can get one cinnamon, one of your chocolate chip, one of your cinnamon apple, and then one of your cinnamon raisin. Or you can, yeah, that's the combo. Or you could do 4 of each, right? Cinnamon, the cinnamon chocolate chip, the cinnamon apple, and the cinnamon raisin. You'll get 4 of whichever choice. We also have auto delivery, which will ship to you then every 60 days for the next year. Look at this with like a little apricot jam. Oh, I love it, like a nut butter.
Right, right. So quick lunch, PB&J on these. Kids eat it up.
Oh, I believe it. Oh my gosh, and just that, the bread is so soft and delicious, but that exterior with the cinnamon sugar is so good.
And it really doesn't make it high in sugar. It's that salt effect on a pretzel when it just hits your tongue so you taste it. It's not really that much.
That's a really good point. I got to give you a little bit of an update. Jenny Lee had won a customer choice, or has won a customer choice food award for best bread last year. That was 18,000 votes.
That was
Thank
crazy.
you, Frank, for that. Free shipping and handling on this one. Grab yours, whether it's the cinnamon raisin, apple cinnamon, chocolate chip. Yeah, I just went out of order. Cinnamon
okay.
chocolate chip.
They're all good.
Cinnamon apple and the cinnamon raisin. You also have the opportunity to get the combo as well. Scott Baker, it was so nice
Allie,
to
it's great
work
to
with
see
you. This is great. I've got a 5-mile run later today, so
There
I
you
can
go.
like carb load
Perfect.
now.
Nice.
So thank you
Go
for that.
it. Have fun.
Okay, we've got